This is a Dissident Media production. DissidentMedia.net.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the den of vipers at the Rescue the Republic rally. I'm here with this titan of truth. Damn, you're tall, sir.
Yeah.
Normally I wouldn't stand next to somebody of this height, but I'm making an exception today because, my opinion, this is the MVP of the year. First question, how much of our political, cultural makeup is based on sexual blackmail?
You're jumping right in. Fucking a lot of it. I was just saying in my last interview that I talk a lot about organized crime in my reporting and my kind of digging into history, because I think that that's the most important part of history that's left out, because it has been running more and more and more of our country for years now, and based upon what we've seen with Epstein and no arrests and no conviction, and based upon what we're seeing with Diddy right now, it's becoming more and more clear that all of the most powerful people are engaging in blackmail culture. And blackmail culture is not an isolated, it's not one guy running a business, it's not one thing there. It requires an entire industry trafficking people to supply it. It requires an entire industry of captured justice and protection in order to keep it safe. And it requires an entire media organization to smear anyone that gets after it. And we've seen evidence of all three of those pieces for the last decade or more. And so where I'm standing, it's far more likely that the entire political establishment is based on sexual blackmail than that it's not. And the really dark part is that people think of that as just sexual blackmail, but like the ultimate truth of it is when you start to look into what snuff films are and what's on the dark web and what like that whole dark industry does, it's more than just sexual blackmail. It is also murder blackmail. It's also criminal blackmail. It's everything you could ever imagine. It is fucking dark.
The revolving door between Hollywood and acting and fashion and human trafficking is really just one thing, man.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot just from you based on this stuff, man. You've done such great stuff in such a short amount of time. We just listened to your podcast with Clint Russell on the way up here. It sounded like you were on maybe like your libertarian journey from left maybe to over to republicanism when they start telling the truth. But you mentioned in that interview that you were exploring economics and the monetary system, and that's kind of what led you down that path. And I would say that all freedom is economic freedom. All these people would much rather control the money supply than make laws for you. So how's your track towards libertarianism coming?
You're exactly on point. I don't really worry about classifications. I just worry about questions and learning. But you're absolutely right that everything traces back to money. It always traces, because money, humans don't think of it in the same way that fish don't think about water, because money is just the medium by which we all interact. Like money is the way that we exchange goods with people that we don't inherently trust. The moment that you're exchanging anything with someone outside of your family, you need some way to create trust, and money has always been a technology that allows that. And nowadays we don't even think about that. But nowadays at the same time, powerful people have known for generations that if you control that money supply, you're controlling the very basis of human interaction, of human cooperation. And so when you have a corrupt institution controlling the method of communication and cooperation that creates all of human endeavors, suddenly all of human endeavors are corruptible at the most base layer. So basically, buy Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, maybe some gold too if you're into it, learn about that money and seek your own version of an alternative solution. Fuck the Fed.
Boom, fuck the Fed. That's why they hate Bitcoin. No intermediary, none necessary. My last question, man, because I know that you're super busy, but I loved your reporting on Comcast Universal and how this appears to be pretty much just another deep state operation. How many of our Fortune 500s are under deep state control, and why do libertarians need to look more closely at corporations, not just my private business, bro?
Absolutely. It's hard to give a definitive answer because public corporations, we get a lot of views in and we can see a lot, but we only can judge the people that are put in charge of them based upon what they show the public, based upon the opinions they express. But the bottom line is that the financial industry is the top owners of all of the Fortune 500 companies except for GameStop and maybe one or two others. And that means that those financial institutions like BlackRock, Vanguard, JP Morgan, etc., they are the ones selecting the board of directors of all of those companies. The board of directors is the ones that hire all of the executives. And so they are putting their corporate club, their cronies, maybe blackmail people, maybe people that are doing favors for each other, I don't know, but those are the people that are running all these companies the way they are. And when we look at the Fortune 500, basically all of those companies are killing us, poisoning us, censoring us, lying to us, extorting us, maximizing profit, minimizing human value and resources. And so the way I see it, guilty until proven innocent is my base mode of operation, basically. And I still look for innocence, but usually I don't find it.
Beautiful, man. Congratulations on all the success, man. You totally deserve it. And thanks for being here, and keep up the great work.
Totally. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.